Is monogamy shaming the new slut shaming? Does Stella have a mystery boyfriend? And oh my God, will Jules survive liking her ex's girlfriend pic on Instagram? We decode the girl code after this.
I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz dance.
Hello, hey guys. My name is Samantha Jacobs. I am taking place for Tyra today, but she'll be back, so don't worry. We're decoding the girl code with Dollface. We're on episode 7, and this episode is called F Buddy. But first, I am with two amazing women. And to my left is Jenny. Who is your Dollface alter ego?
I think it is Stella, also Izzy, but Stella mostly.
And how about you, Kay?
I would definitely have to say Madison. I think I proved myself by last episode having an earthquake kit in my car. So
yes. And I am I am Jules, very emotional, got some feelings that I got to work through. But I know a lot of you at home can relate. So if you have any comments or anything to say, make sure you comment on our YouTube pages and we'll all be sure to respond to you and give you the best advice that we can. But first, before we get into anything, we have a lot to talk about. We have this monogamy versus slut shaming. There's shopping for guys. What happens when you actually catch feelings? Stella has new guys. We have it all. And then Kay is going to give us our special segment, and Jenny will give us news and gossip. But first, what were your overall thoughts?
I learned a lot in this episode.
How so?
Monogamy is the new slut shaming. I was like, what? So that blew me away because you guys know I've been married for a long time. So I was just like, what is happening?
You were a lucky one.
Yeah.
I liked the monogamy versus slut shaming because that's something I haven't seen in TV. Well, a few times, but I liked that they made it so clear for us. I liked that concept. I thought it was cool and interesting.
Yeah, and I thought it was really good because a lot of us feel bad for being in our feelings and working through that stuff, or think that it could be bad to be a little more adventurous, I guess. But now everyone's promoting the other side.
Yeah.
And so now the girls that were like, oh, I thought I was on the right path, I have morals per se, feel like now they're getting pushed back. Like now the roles have flipped.
Now everyone wants to be like independent career.
Yeah, because when we start this episode, like Madison tells you how it is. She's like, hey, you need to get over this guy, and it's by getting under somebody else. Yeah. And so she lets Jules kind of decide, and she's like, no, it can't be that guy, even though we like him, because he is so boyfriend material. And it has to be, I guess, per se, a loser. Not a loser, but someone who's got a weird funk. And so she literally goes shopping for guys. And what did you think when she went to the car shop and was looking for her next suitor?
This is another part where magical realism just gets it, right? Because the normal scene would be like they would go to a bar, she would talk to a bunch of different guys, it would be so uninteresting. Yeah. But this made it so interesting. And as an aside, I love seeing Josh from Blackish, the character that's the car salesman, the boy salesman, is on one of my favorite shows too. So it was exciting seeing him. I thought that part was hilarious. I was disappointed because she fell asleep spooning the vet guy after watching cartoon movies. I was just like, he's perfect. Why are they always talking her out of her gut instinct? I didn't like that. I was like, here they are again. They talked her out of the apartment, which turned out to be the best, right? Because they were like, you should do this, you should do this. And now they're like, oh no, you should get a buddy, and you shouldn't be, he can't be the one. And I was just like, no, you should trust your gut.
Yeah, agree. I think friends are good for advice, but in the end, you really just have to trust yourself and that you have all the information you need. And yeah.
But don't you think it's too soon for her to be in a relationship?
But I also agree with that as well.
No.
Because she needs, I just feel I'm very gung-ho about people needing time to be single and figure out their stuff. But then I'm also gung-ho if you come across a guy and he's perfect, you don't want to let him pass you by. I wish he didn't come so soon. Like, I wish he came later. Yeah. But I guess you can't control that.
I feel like if she could And I feel like it's possible to balance having friends and having a guy. She just has to figure out how to balance having both. I mean, I had a friend that was in a relationship with a girl, it's a guy friend of mine, and he said to me, he had just ended a previous relationship. He said, everybody said it's too soon, but this is my dream girl. He loved her since high school. He never thought he was going to have a shot with her. And I was just like, go for it. It doesn't matter if it's too soon. If you like her and she's your dream girl and you're just like, I mean, he was mesmerized by her. He was like, she's the smartest girl. She's the prettiest girl. Like, I just can't even believe she wants to go out on a date with me. And he was falling for her fast. And I said, fall for her, do it. They're married. They had a baby 3 years ago. They're super happy at the wedding. I got to be in the wedding and like, you know.
You're just happy because you were in the wedding.
Do you want to speak at the wedding? Because like I'm one of his only friends. Like everyone else was like, it's too soon. I was like, it's not too soon if it's real love.
Yeah.
So do you think Madison is taking over because she's upset with her own relationship? Because we even see in this show, in this episode, that she has conflict between the man of her dreams.
Yeah.
So she even asks him, what is this?
I think
She
a lot
goes
of
through
times
that.
friends
a good
without
point.
knowing is they like project their own struggles onto their friends.
Yes, girl.
And yeah, I've seen that a lot in my friendships. And I think they're obviously trying to be a good friend, but sometimes, yeah, you project your own like insecurities onto your friends by accident.
Yeah, I think I didn't even think about that. But you know what? I think that's exactly what was happening because she was so unsure about what was going on with her and Colin. I mean, it ends up pretty nice because they both end up saying that they love each other. Right. But in the beginning, you're like, yeah.
And she's so excited about being in love. Meanwhile, she's the one who's like, you have to be independent and not have a man. But she wants him to say, I love you so bad. So what advice are you giving, girl?
Well, I think it's the balance, right? It's you want to make sure that you're known as an independent woman, but you can still love. And Madison just has a bad time kind of spitting out those advice.
Yeah.
Is that a word? So it's hard because I feel like I can relate to Madison in that way because I will tell my friends like, no, you know, he's not the one, this is this and the other. But at the same time, like I am a guilty like lover for love, big romantic, cheeseball me up. But at the same time, it doesn't really reflect off of the stuff that I'm preaching, I guess.
Yeah.
And so it's a little confusing.
Well, it's always easier to live someone else's life for him. That's what me and my husband always
not look
say.
at your own
Man,
life.
if I could just live somebody else's life, I'd be perfect because I have the bird's eye view and I can see where they're going wrong and you're repeating this pattern and all this different kinds of stuff.
Sometimes when you're in something, you can't see other people's perspectives. Like,
yeah. But as single women, like, do you... Or I shouldn't say single, I should just say unmarried, non-married. Do you see, like, is that true? Monogamy is the new slut shaming?
I would say so.
I would say so, especially in LA.
Yeah.
Maybe not in North Carolina where I'm from, but definitely in LA. I feel like everyone is here for a common goal for everyone's super career driven and that's all they're focused on and they feel like relationships take them out of that focus.
Yeah, I've noticed a lot on online dating. People are super forward, like, hey, I just want a buddy. And I'm also noticing that it's more of the dilemma of at my age, it's do I want something where there's a connection or do I feed the fuel and get it over with and then find someone that I have the connection with. So it's kind of like this back and forth dilemma and then you kind of feel out of place or weird when you hear everyone talk about other things and you're like, what am I doing wrong? Or am I doing anything wrong? Because I want to have more of a connection. Versus, you know, it just depends on the type of person you are.
Interesting.
Yeah. But there shouldn't be shame behind either one of them.
Right.
I think it's everybody's journey.
Yeah.
And that's your own personal body and preference and etc. So who knows? Yeah. But before we get into our special news and special segment, I want to talk about how Stella was the opposite of all of that. She was technically in a relationship without knowing she was in a relationship. How did you feel about that scene where she was literally melting down like, I have to break up with him when the situation felt so good? I feel like she's afraid of being in a relationship. What about you guys?
Yeah, that was hilarious when she was like, oh my gosh, if I'm his girlfriend, I've been cheating on him. Like she felt bad about it. And they were all, that was so funny. But then come to turn out, it comes to turn out in the end that they're actually not in a relationship and he just thinks that it's whatever.
Right.
But
I thought the threesome thing was hilarious.
But but honestly, it seemed, well, I guess they're like sleeping with other people, but it did seem very committed and like monogamous. I just thought, why don't they think about giving that a shot?
Right.
I
You
wanted
should always
them
give
to
things
give
a
it
chance,
shot.
I
Yeah.
think. Because why do you just shut it down? You can just say yes to life, which is what they teach us at AfterBuzz.
So we're all going to say yes to life,
Yes.
and we're going to get into our special segment with Kay.
Well, we want you to say yes to a few things when you're following us. Please. Yeah, please. Did we already tell these guys to subscribe to us on YouTube and
We can add that
and the
too.
podcast?
Yes,
Let's
and
do it.
Yeah. So if you're watching, subscribe to us on YouTube, give comments. If you're listening on the podcast, give us a 5-star review. We always love those things. We're grateful for Maria and Keven creating this platform for us at AfterBuzz TV, and we're grateful for you guys being super fans. Yes. Woo. So our special segment is ovaries before broveries. There we go. That's the music. Thank you. Okay, so today we're going to be, we're going to be talking about our favorite female comedians because we keep it all things ovaries. I would say at the moment, my favorite comedian is Amber from the Seth Meyers show. I don't know if you guys ever watch Seth Meyers, but she has a little bit. I don't watch Seth Meyers. I only watch her bits. It's called Amber Says What, and she goes off on a rant. She is hilarious. So funny. I would say one of the funniest women that are out right now today. The funniest to me.
I love Chelsea Handler. Speaking of, maybe she's a monogamy shamer, I'm not sure. But I just think she is hilarious. I have all of her books. Her writing is so funny. Her show is so funny. She's hilarious. I love her whole persona.
And I would say my top comedian would be Lucille Ball.
Aww.
She was, I don't know, when I was growing up, she was just the one that I was attracted to, like her comedy and stuff, not physically like her, who she was.
So classic, everything.
Yeah. So that is my comedian. Do you have any news, Jenny?
News. Let's see. Okay, so Kat Dennings, who plays Jules, as we know, she was about to quit acting after Two Broke Girls and go back to school, and then she booked this, and she's like, "Guess I will continue acting."
Oh, good.
So glad you did, girl.
And we are
She's
so
great
glad
in this.
she didn't because
Yeah.
we love this show, and without this show, we wouldn't be here. So
wouldn't be
thanks.
here.
Thanks, Kate, for doing that. So that is the end, and we're going to get back to you for episode 8, and stay tuned, so hopefully we can catch you there. Where can they reach you guys?
I can be reached at Host K on Instagram and Twitter.
Jenny Louise Austin on Instagram.
And you can find me at @storyof_Samantha. See you next time.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.